Hey, it is Tuesday at 2 here from Circle B Diecast in Concord, North Carolina. So glad you joined us. Steve Post from Motor Racing Network. And I love when our drivers stop by. Zane Smith's in the house. Hey, man, how are you?
Good. Good to sign some diecast and hang out.
How about that? What's it like for a young race car driver to have diecast?
It's really cool. Obviously, to see your first win one is really special. And then this one was actually a surprise to me. I had a fan come up to me at Bristol a couple weeks ago, and it really surprised me. And so I wonder where he had gotten it. He told me here, and so I had reached out, and I'm getting a couple for myself. So it's really cool to see those.
So see, this is how this works. Okay, you're getting a little behind the scenes here. Drivers, if you're going to reach out to Brent with Circle B Diecast, you're probably going to come in and sign a bunch of them too, because yeah, we'll get you a few of them, but we need to get them signed. But no, that is really cool. It's interesting the way it works. Sometimes it's like sometimes the drivers are the last to know. Sometimes people are the last
Yeah.
to know. That's pretty cool. You're up to Bristol and you see a truck you didn't even know was out there.
Yeah, I mean, I always grew up collecting diecasts
Uh huh.
when I was younger and really following the sport, hoping I'd make it in it one day. And so to see your own, I remember I got my first one, the Cosmopolitan Xfinity car, was really special. And then to see all these different versions is super cool.
Neat. That is awesome. You said diecast. Who growing up? Who were your drivers? What were the type things that you were looking for then as a kid growing up?
I mean, I was always a big Jimmy Johnson fan,
Mm.
but I honestly was always really big on like paint schemes. Like, it didn't really matter who it was as long as it was a cool paint scheme. And I've always been a fan of like the color chrome type, and those were the ones I'd collect.
Nice. That is neat stuff. That is neat stuff. It's funny talking to these young guys and talking about who their favorites are. We went through a phase where the favorite was Jeff Gordon. Went for a phase prior to that with someone else, and now it's Jimmy Johnson. And it's situational, but or it's generational as far as that goes. So
Yeah.
neat stuff. That is for sure, and not a bad favorite. That's for sure. When you look at where you're at with your racing here, GMS racing here, Truck Series. I know you didn't get any wins yet this year. Still working on that. Maybe Talladega will be the charm this weekend, but kind of assess how things have been for you guys over there.
Yeah, it's been a real struggle this year just with all of our pit road penalties, and we really haven't been able to just piece a race
Mm.
together without any issues. So we're still looking to do that, running out of time, so hopefully sooner than later. But we've still found our way to the playoffs, and we're still in it. There's so much that could happen. Unfortunately, in Vegas, we cut down a left rear in stage two, so it put us a little bit behind the eight ball in points. But Talladega, I feel like it's going to shuffle it all back up again, and then Martinsville and Phoenix are two really good tracks for me. So can't wait.
No doubt, should be fun. That's for sure. How do you feel? Do you feel like that if you guys could put it together, the speed is there and everything is in place? If you could get all the stars to line up for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly hoping it's kind of a Matt Crafton type year.
Yeah.
I feel like I said, it's just been really hard for us to piece it together. We've been really fast, really consistent. It's just I always end up going to the back in the third stage, and I run out of time to get to the front. So by the time I get to the top five, I've already burned up all my stuff. So hopefully sooner or later we can get more of these wing diecasts.
No doubt about it. That's what we want. We want the winning diecast. You mentioned it this week, Talladega Superspeedway. As a race car driver, what's it like going into a race at Talladega with just the uncertainty? And I think all of us as humans are control freaks. We like to control it, but so much out of your control. What's that like as a young race car driver?
Yeah, that's one thing that's really difficult with those places. Is you can't really control what's around you. So I don't know. I've always gone about racing of just controlling what's in my power and letting the rest play out. And unfortunately, at Talladega and Daytona, there's a lot that's out of your power. And so um, I don't know. We're a good bit below the cut line, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of not happy about that. I either want to be way above it or where I'm at, kind of, so I could go after it. So I don't know. We'll see.
It's amazing to me, this playoff structure we have. It's so amazing to me. And I think last year we saw it in the Cup Series where Kevin Harvick had like the great season. And then when we show up at Phoenix, he's nowhere to be around. You guys are kind of, and you guys are kind of on the opposite side of that. One week could take this. All right, one week could take this thing and put it into Watch Out Phoenix. Here we come.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest key is you just have to get to Phoenix. That's anybody's game. So we either need to go win Talladega or Martinsville, and then there's nothing to worry about.
Simple. Simple as that, that's for sure. Hey, off the racetrack, what types of things do you do on your downtime? What types of things are you into when you're not worried about getting that truck around the racetrack?
Yeah, I mean, obviously a bunch of training with the whole Chevy group with Josh Wise and all them is pretty much every day of the week. So we're busy karting, riding bikes, running, something like that every day of the week. And if not, once I'm at home, I honestly like doing really a whole lot of nothing, just hanging out with my dogs.
No doubt, that is cool. What kind of dogs do you have?
I got a French Bulldog and a Golden Retriever right now.
Wow, I bet they're awesome. What are the names?
Kygo's the French Bulldog, Roxy's the Golden Retriever. Roxy's a good one. The French Bulldog is every problem plus two.
Imagine that. That's fun stuff. You talk about your fitness. I actually, and those of you that follow my social stuff, I've actually done a lot of running, relatively speaking, for an old fat guy. I've done a fair amount, and I'm running on the beach at Daytona last year, and I see him running past me and around and up and over and everything else, and I'm just trudging along here. But you guys work with the Team Chevy program with Josh Wise. Describe the program that you guys have as far as young racers go, and what that program is and how that works.
Yeah, so like a guy like me who's still new to this and this world we're living in with no practice or qualifying, preparation is key in everything. And so that's where Josh Wise really comes in and prepares us the most we can. And we kind of surround ourselves with a lot of the guys at the cup level that are really successful right now. And so when you surround yourself with those people, you kind of bounce ideas, or they bounce ideas off of us, and we really feed off of it. So that's a big key for me, and that's what gets you up to speed as fast as possible.
I can imagine. I really can. And it's got to be comforting at the end of the race. You probably have not been a guy that's fallen out of many seats of the race trucks and race cars, but that fitness has just got to be critical to stay sharp at the end of these races.
Yeah, I mean, the sharper you are, the better off you're going to be. Unfortunately, I wish the truck races were a lot longer. I feel like, especially this year, I've ran out of time about every race. So I wish they're a lot longer. And I love the races during the summer where it's really hot and you really get to see the people who prepare the most.
Neat stuff, that's for sure. Neat stuff to diecast as well. And it's available at circlebdiecast.com. You can just type in Zane Smith and see everything that we have here. And as you see, autographed even with a paint pen autograph on these vehicles as well. So, man, I'll tell you what, it's cool hanging out. Glad you stopped by. I wish you the best at Talladega. Maybe you can get that thing turned around, and we can talk about you out at Phoenix and see what happens. But wish you the best at Talladega. Thanks for stopping by and signing some diecast.
Yeah, hopefully I get to sign some more in the future.
There we go. We want more race-winning diecast from this guy, Zane Smith, joining us here on our Tuesday for Two conversation from Circle B Diecast. I'm Steve Post. Remember, all your diecast needs, including race winners from this past weekend. I saw not only Denny Hamlin, but Josh Berry's car is being offered as well. Race winners all available at circlebdiecast.com.